What's your right name and how old are you?
My name is Raul Archbold.
Have you
And,
lived your whole life on the island?
uh, my occupation here on the island is tourism. I have a posada in the back there that pick up clients when come around and need somewhere to stay and things like that. And beside that, just what do you call it, like a regular man in the community that know a little bit of something was happening and things like that.
How did you get
So,
involved in tourism?
uh, well, when I started out in a tourism. That's my first work. Tourism and fishing is my occupation. So I took my first ship out of Colombia, 1972, and from 1972, well, I've been around on different ships, different parts of the world, and I come till I was get to be like a captain and ship them for 4, 5, 6 years. And then I get a little bit tired of all this. So I decided I'm going to occupy myself on a posada to stay home because that was the only way. I get tired going back back and forth. But if I have the posada, well, I home. So that's what I did. I occupy myself on the posada right now. And the hurricane come and make a real disaster. Mash down everything and have to start back over. And but still, the man say while his life is hopes and we're going ahead, ahead.
Has a lot changed since the hurricane? Has a lot changed since the
A
hurricane?
whole lot. This is not this is not old Providence. This is new Providence because anywhere where you go, the houses them are not the same. In Catalina here, 4 houses survive out of 100. Like this was one, that was other one, and further down, one more. But all the rest of the houses them is new houses them. So you got to ask question, who the house for, who live there, who on the other side. So right now it's our situation is. Everything changed. It's not the same island. The name of Providence, but the occupation and the things them is different.
Before the hurricane, had a lot changed in your lifetime?
Well, yeah, it was a lot of change from that time to now because we never used to having all these problems what we having right now. Now things used to be much easier, much easier. It should be easier, but it's not easier. We're finding more problem. It's a modern problem, but it's more difficult to solve and in the olden time. You know, like in my time, my father used to teach me how to do canoe work, boat work, and keep and keep the community going, and keep the culture and the system. Like we didn't went to school to say we're going to learn to be an engineer to build a boat. No, we learned it from a generation, from my grandfather. And my grandfather maybe learned it from someone else, and just like that. And we go and spreading that, just like the language. The language comes the same way. Well, my time was less Spanish. Was a lot. That was for a language. O sea, what we call it Creole. First they used to call it patois. And they say, what is patois? And finally, they changed one, two, three till they get to Bende. And that is and then you get to Creole. And I believe that is the last one. You can't go no further there. So the language stay with Creole. It stays Creole, right up.
That's amazing. Can you tell me a bit more about the development of Creole from when you remember it to how it is now?
No, say that again.
Can you tell me a little bit more about how Creole has changed in your lifetime?
Well, it was a lot of change. Because the young generation is not ready like how we used to ready. Like the mind is functioning in a different way. They're working on internet and working on a pile of things. So you can't get these people in mind to function like how we used to function. So they are the modern system. Totally, madam.
How has Spanish affected Creole?
How?
Has Spanish, el español ha cambiado el criol?
Say that again.
How has
I,
Spanish?
I'm not hearing too well.
It's how Spanish affect Creole upon the island.
How Creole come?
How Spanish affect it? How affect the Creole? How Spanish
How it get
come in-
here?
How is Spanish come in and affect the Creole?
Oh, we got the Spanish come here through the priest system, the priests and the nuns. Them was from Spain, so they was the educator here. Them was the type of educator they sent down to teach us Spanish, but we didn't got no idea about Spanish. So we learned a little Spanish in the rough way. You know, they teach you the rough way. To the hermanos them and the father and the priest them are who used to give you the Spanish classes them. But from we start and a kid, we've been having for a language, which are our Creole and them kind of way, but no Spanish, no Spanish.
Okay, what's your occupation on the island now?
Right now, well, tourism and fishing. But like I said, the hurricane finished off a whole lot of things. Cooperativa not functioning right now, so that the work gone. And they just opened the airport, or start to receive visitors about a month, 2 months ago.
Raul told us you know some of the history of the island. Is there anything you'd like to tell us about the history of the island?
Well, which part do you want to touch? Which part of the history? Is a lot of history.
What's your favorite?
Huh?
What's your favorite?
Well, my favorite is all of them. All of them is good. Yeah, well, you know, to know the custom, to know the system, how we live it up, how our family used to take care of this tradition, and we receive it in a different way, and it's going passing from one generation to the other. And we get from English, like I say, from Creole, we went to Spanish, a little Spanish, you know. So the people them who used to speak a little Spanish was the teachers them, but like the local people now, nobody knows to speak Spanish. I learned to speak a little Spanish when I went to San Andres in 1980. That's when I learned a little bit of Spanish. Or because up here in Providence was strictly Creole they used to speak, Creole. So they used to force us to speak Spanish. If we speak Creole, they used to tell me, why are you talking that thing? They used to call our language, don't talk that thing. They used to punish us if we speak our own language. I said, what? You know, so we got to speak Creole when we live by ourselves. We couldn't speak around one time with a lot of people. You know, so that was a lot of little inconvenience things happened to us in those times. You know, but like I said, that is experience coming down and experience.
Could you tell me more about how they punish for using Creole?
Well, what?
Could you tell me more about how they punish for using Creole?
Well, coming back to the language, I learned to speak Spanish when I was 17 years old. But all the rest was been there. When I went to San Andres, I picked up Spanish down there. There where I learned my Spanish. And yeah, then you go and vinculate a little bit more with the tourism and mix up with the tourists and, you know, with other people and things like that. It helped me a lot because one time my terms come was to go out, we call it ship out, like to go outside Colombia, United States or somewhere and ship. Then them things help us a lot, you know, because then you got a little experience, you could have more, get yourself through, yeah. But so that way we advance ourselves a little bit, not much, but we advance ourselves a little bit.
But like what year more or less, and what age you had when time you
Hello? Sí. Ok, gracias, me quedo aquí pendiente. Disculpa. I'm sorry.
Okay, we talk a little bit about the history. In 1832, when this island just started to work around, the first people in the invasion, the people that come to the island, well, the first set of people who come was the Puritan English them from England. They were the first people them that occupy here the island, and that's why we have different titles here on the island. We got Robinson, Archbold, Newball, Howard, Smith, and several other more titles that come from outside. Now these people used to there was travelers going from one part to the other part, so they stop Providence and they get a girlfriend and they left a baby here and they left a title, and so the title them keep moving around. 50 years maybe the family get big, things change up.
Did these different families live on different parts of the island, or how did it work?
Generally, you hear about a place they call Smoothwater Bay, where you guys hanging out now,
Okay.
in Aguamansa. Okay, that was the Archbold village. Smoothwater Bay, that was all the Archbold them. They got houses there or eradicate themselves in Aguamansa. And they used to have the better quality set of houses them, like Langupa Kayatana them used to there. All the big nice houses them used to down in our part there. That is the Archbold village. Like Langa Captain Olwick them and them in that area there. And Langa Kayatana them used to got the a whole, all them nice house them all, they all belongs to them. And the Howard them, the two biggest family is the Archbold and Howard. So I the most the two of them. I'm Archbold. It's okay. I mix up with Howard and but the whole island is family. If you check right down, me and his cousin and me and him is cousin, and we go right down. So that's why these people around here, we say no, but all are with a family. All are with a family. It's okay. The island small. If I ask a question, because you know me, you know him, you know me, and you know the other guy. So, everybody know one another. So we live like a union, like a family union.
I've heard the island used to produce more food in general.
Well, usually this island used to be agriculture island, fishing agriculture. And recently they mixed in agriculture with fishing, like government program. But that's what we used to do before. All the families them used to earn a few cows or whatsoever, but they used to live off of that. They used to have the canoe where they used to go fish. For example, my father used to fish twice a week, on Wednesday and Saturday. So to eat healthy food, you eat fresh food. On Wednesday you eat fresh fish. My father used to go out and on Wednesday and catch fresh fish, so you make the fresh run down. When he get with the margarita and the snapper and the this, Mama is right there. Papa cut up the fish, and Mama gone with it. And gone make run down. We make run down.
What is rundown?
Rundong is the typical food here from the island. You put in all kind of different bread kind, like plantain, potatoes, and all like that, and you make it in a coconut milk. You grate the coconut and get the milk out of it, and you make the rundong out of that. Well, that more is like on the slavery side. They used to use them the type of food for the slave. They couldn't. They know I used to get breakfast and lunch and supper. One meal, that's it. They get lunch, and that was it. In the morning, maybe they get a a little tea with, you know. But the heavy food was in the afternoon. So that's why they used to they call it rondong. The rondong because, and they mix, everybody come. So like how you sitting here and you go and participate in this rondong. How? Peel the potato, make the fire, bring the water, bring something, but that is participate. When I cook a rondong for tourists or anything like that, all these people them surround the pot. And they see how, and they ask questions, how you make it, how you do this, how you do the other. You know, so that's the way. But now, the people them get so, you can't find these people them to do this kind of work now. No. A guy who can make you a rondong and give explanation and everything, you can't find this guy now. You can check him through internet, yeah, but just something local, so no. So the good tradition and the custom them, we're losing them the things, we're losing them. The modern system coming and taking over all them old system. All the history them going to sleep away and going for something else. You know? It's good like what we're doing. Waking back up this history and get things going and know a little bit more about the island.
When do you normally make rondon? When do you make rondon?
How?
Nowadays, when do you make rondon?
When or how?
When?
Well, that is, you only do that when time you have a group of people. Like, you know, maybe a group of 10 people or 5 people, and then we like to eat rondong. They hear about this rondong. So they ask you how you could get this, make a rondong or get a rondong to go. Like that, yeah. But in a restaurant, you know, you can't go and say, well, you're going to ask you a plate of rondong today. Besides, you go in the morning hours and talk to the guy and say, well, we got so much people, rondong for 6 people. Okay, when time you go now, you're rondong ready.
It sounds like it used to be something very communal.
It's very common. It's very common because everybody on the island knows to cook rondong or know how to do it. And that was the principal dish for a family, a rondong.
And you said it used to be a slave dish. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, yeah, you can work out on that, here. Because that rondong now, like we gone after that, like I said, we don't, everything not too every day you can find these things. Like I said, you got to organize something between 6, 7 people and you do something like that. But rondong is a dish that is an open dish outside here. You know, it's not a food to cook in the house. Cook them on 2 rack and with wood. That gives the food a better taste. The smoke and when you're cooking by wood, you get a better taste, and when time you cook it on a stove.
I think actually, say you say you have a special plate, but for the slave then. So
But-
a special plate. That's the question actually.
When you could get one feet,
No, es a plate. Y se bueno, de pronto que sobre un plato especial para los esclavos.
No, que dijo que rondón era un plato de los esclavos. Que si me puede decir más de eso, porque tiene que ver con la historia.
It's if the rondong was the for the slave then.
well, it was much cheaper was to feed the slave. And something slipped me talking about the slave. Like this thing when they have a fruit, they call it breadfruit, pan de fruta.
Yeah.
Okay, in the whole Caribbean you go, you find these trees. For me, it was something called attention. I gone to Barbados, I gone to Trinidad, I gone to this place, and I see breadfruit tree. I say, hey, breadfruit. All them area, the slave them used to travel in all them area. So to feed them was cheap. To feed them off of breadfruit. That was part of the bread kind for the rondong. Breadfruit. And up to now, they still have a lot of them fruit in San Andres. They're nice. You slice them and you fry them.
Can you tell me about more traditions on the island,
More tradition.
like Rondon?
Well, oh, why would I tell you now? More tradition, more tradition. We want to lot. We want to do some more things. A lot more things. Mm.
Anything with music or food?
Well, the gastronomical part is is a longer time the people them used to take to live off of this kind of type of food. Now the market food and the home food, because no, we never know about supermarket and them kind of thing. No, we never know about everything. So every home family got them chicken and them cows and the thing, the milk and everything like. So we used to produce our own food. It's just now we start to work on the supermarket them and then get in them everything, and then we get bad food. Food then come with a lot of ice and a lot of things. So it's not the same thing. People used to live 110 years here on the island. And now maybe they get 70 or 80. But the food is what finish kill them. All these frozen food and these put up things and things. We know I used to do that. Where food was for one day to the other, but nothing freeze.
When did that start coming to the island?
When
Did the frozen food start coming to
started
the
come
island?
to the island about 70 around here, around 1970. When we started to get electricity the right way, like you could have a freezer or a Nevera, you put up the cold things there. But the rest was fry, stew, and parboil. We used to take the roast the fish. For example, they used to get a fish they call old wife with a hard skin, and they used to roast him on fire. And then you pick it, and they call it they make albondigas. You make albondigas out of that the meat, and things like that is a special thing where you can't find no. I would like to go and say, well, I want to eat two albondigas. They don't have that. So it's kind of difficult. So it's not the same type of food as what you say would be the original food we used to eat before. No. Now we eating more from the market than what we eating for home. Yeah. Tight, man.
Tell me more about life before electricity.
Well, I tell you what, life in Providence wasn't too sweet. With a hard life, tough life. So, between the mining and the animals them to survive. No, you don't have no work special for say working for the government or working for this guy. No. You used to have everybody got to respond for their own. Each family take care of their own. You got your piece of land that you work on, and you produce your food, and you maintain your family, and but nothing to do with no government. Nothing to do with no government. And we live a lot more healthy, and many more years. Because they have one of my auntie right now. She have 103 years. That's the oldest woman on the island. She live in San Juan in Jones Point. 103. Old. But she not lost her head. She not seeing good, but she talk to you normal. You talk to her and she talk to you normal. Huh? Two of them, mama. Mrs. Stella.
Raul, tú sabes que si tú también tienes alguna pregunta o algo, lo puedes preguntar sin problema, ¿no? Si me quieres interrumpir en algún punto. Is there a story that your grandparents or your parents used to tell you that you still remember that is important to you? Anything like that?
Well, right now in this moment, like everything gone in a gone in a blank, like everything get mixed up.
I've heard folk tales of the Sirena on the peak, stuff like that.
The Merry Maid, hey, the history of the island. I shut after man. My history done right now.
Alright, let me ask you one last question. What about the school in Catalina? You remember who the first teacher them in the school?
Yeah.
I remember the name of the school.
The first teacher was Marcia Elita them that who opened that school Catalina. The Elita Archbold, for her sister. And after she come out of the school, bringing other teacher them, they never used to function the same way because the attention where she used to get to the children them, she used to go home by the house them, pick up the picnic them in the morning, bring them over in a boat. If it was to get the school going. And after she come out, well, yeah, it never last much long, they give up the school.
Who the first father when come across this?
First father, where I remember, Father Eligio. Father Eligio was a Spanian priest. And he was the first priest who I could remember. And I was for him altar boy because one time, I little boy, they put you for me altar boy. So I learned there because I was a Catholic. So they teach me how to handle this thing with altar boy business. Afterward, after you get good size now, yeah, you give up that. But that was the first piece, and the first nun was one named Madre Gabriela. The first hermana who come here was hermana in 1939. 1939, where they make the convent down there, down at Pai Church. That was one of the 1939. They built at the school.
And when they build that convent, the students then used to stay intern or they used to go to school and come back? They used to stay like...
No, everything was external. Okay, you have to go and come. The hermana them used to stay in like how they stay now in the building, and the saloon them for the school with the student them was right there. But them used to stay right there. But they're not used to be no intern. You go to school and you come back middle day, you go back in the morning, back and like that.
And when you used to crash go school, your parents used to crash to go school or the government have somebody?
No, well enough for a time, we have to go enough for a canoe, man.
You must take you in a canoe or?
Enough for a canoe, yeah man, we have to go enough for a canoe. Escuela Huning is the right to party, alcaldía there. That was the school where we used to go. And we used to have to cross go in a canoe. Up in the mangoes, right like theater, that was how we used to go up in a hole there. And that was how we used to land.
So the color honing where the old town now was the color honing was were they here first?
Huh?
The color honing
No, you got colegio and escuela.
This was the escuela, okay.
Escuela. And then the colegio Huning was they got it up by the powerhouse, long up Mary Bush them there, and they changed that and they carried it to a town, down which part and they give the high school down there, the grand had it down there, and they put the high school there, and then they carry the grand had further up on top. Yeah.
Can you tell me more about when you were a schoolboy?
When
you were a schoolboy.
Schoolboy, hey, difficult man. Difficult. Get up in the morning, 5 in the morning. Go and look food for the animal, like for the swine. And you have to get things straightened up before you get straightened up. You go to school. You gotta go to school 7:30. So you got to get all these things straightened up. We don't have to get, now, we don't have a problem. We don't have no gas, cooking gas to cook with. We don't have no problem. Because every Saturday, you have to go to the woods and bring your load of wood, cut it up, and put it underneath there for the lady, for mama. That is her oil, cook the food with that. You know? And the water, life wasn't so sweet, man. It was difficult. We have to bring water a kilometer, back water for a kilometer. Bring the water a kilometer, more or less.
Where did you get the water? It was
from a spring 1 kilometer from here.
from the gully.
Huh?
From the gully.
Yeah, we go by boat or we go by foot. Other people them used to go to Providence. They got a place they call Spring Gully and picnic. And in the week, pick up all your dirty clothes them and you go into the woods up to the spring, and the whole day you wash here, the whole day you dry your clothes, you bring it down, and that is set for the week. So now you got water come through the pipe, easy. The gas come like the stove. So life them time to know, and now you can't get no gas to cook with.
Spring Gully is where Old Town or where past Spring Gully is?
Huh?
Spring Gully is Old Town.
Spring Gully, yeah. You long power rally got them there. You go up through the road there. Right up by the Granja there, call it Spring Gully. We got a piece of land up there. But they moved the Granja about 2 different times. That is done with part of the high school there right now. They put the high school there and put the Granja up with right now. But life on the island was very, very tight, man.
You figure the people them time and the young generation now, you figure the people them was more social now or you?
Well, the whole of people them here, right now, they changed the government when they changed the constitution for the 91. When children don't respect their own family, we don't respect their own father. And they give right to the pitney them. If you say anything right now, no, I carry you be a star. You understand what I mean? At the time, well, I mean, the old people them used to do things out of the way too. Because they used to catch you and tear up your rope for the right way. And sometimes they maltreat you up. But respect used to be. Respect used to be. Now is no respect. The young people look for old men like 70, 80 years and tell them anything at all. Come on, like me and you was equal. Well, in our time, I couldn't whistle in front of a person who maybe a little bit older than me. Because right away there's a slap in the mouth. And you can't say anything. If you say anything, you go home, Papa guy spank you up too because why they hit you? The question is, why they hit you? They hit you because you were doing something out of the way. You were whistling. You are a little boy and you distract up and things, you put no attention to him. And then are you there? Pow! But you lose. In the school the same way. Now the Constitution 91, they change up all them things. No respect. The kids them no respect,
You remember what time of your young youth was the best time for you? Like the best time of your life in your young youth?
When
15, 16, 20. You remember what your best moment, what you have some memory about?
I'll tell you the truth, I know I like the system how the old people them used to do it because like I said, they used to maltreat you up. If you not like me, you come and you tell my father something and I go get a taste and
yeah, but your best moment like when you was coming up, like if you used to like to do the move.
Oh, I used to like
you know when something come and go and see.
I used to like fishing, man. I used to like fishing and I used to like make cotton boat. And like we used to get big competition and them kind of thing one time. Up to now we started that tradition. We go already got them make cotton boat to them boy, But them thing going to die out, like I said, going to die out. And the government no participate. They talk about culture, but for them culture that for you participate. But them no support none. So, things not going to work so. Yeah, my best time that one time I used to go school, man. Go school and you and your friend them, all them old things them we used to play flags, we used to do all kind of different things. More closer with your friends them, Because that is the only way you get together with your friend them when you play or do what you never do. And one of the next good moment was the cane grind. When I used to grind mashed cane, the sugar cane. So we used to make a syrup out of them guadapo. We used to make a syrup out of it. Colombia they make panela, we make syrup. I remember my father used to get them 55-gallon drum And in a 3 years, that is sugar. You throw syrup in there. And in a 3 years, you got 3/4 a drum of sugar. So you just go with your spoon and dip out some of the sugar, and that is a concentrated sugar. Yeah, man. So, like I said, the food them was so healthy and the things them was so healthy what we used to do. That's why we used to live them about a year. But now with them are bad food what we eat around here, too much frozen things.
And how you used to transport the horse them so get leaner for
Walk them over.
You have a spot where you used to come through?
Huh?
You have a spot where you used to walk and cross through the sea?
Yeah. We call them bush pass.
Which part?
Why you believe that is that there?
Well, you have to either front of the front, so the boat is here or down half front of the.
The bush pass up which part this guy live them, man. He got them, you call it Milter Pint, man. Up a ride them there. Up a pint up there.
Okay. Now we have been all this situation here, be down the side.
No, that is for cleaner to do and pint up a pint up there. And down the shallow, I used to pass the walk. I like one time the man used to thief a boat, like got some. You go down and the man take your canoe and come over. So what you have to do now, you have to come over, the walk, or swim or do something. And then further down the bottom there, they got a bridge. That's why they build a bridge there. They got a bridge further down the bottom.
And when you swim cross down the side or up the side?
No, I used to walk over across there. And one time...
The shallow grass with the...
Yeah, man.
Okay.
And I get up on my horse and I take my foot and put up on my back. I go on the water. Cool, man. You know what?
You said you used to have a horse.
Yeah.
When did people stop having horses on the island?
Oof. It's getting lesser and lesser, don't you? But here in Keklina, about 15, 20 years now, they don't have no more cow, nor horse system. But it's still in Providence, they still got the horse system still here.
When did you have your last horse?
My last horse, I was a boy about in 80, about 1980 around the more or less. That was my last horse. Then it started to get problem, difficulty to get him from one side to the other, because then we have the grass system and the other and Providence. So if you move them from one place to the other, it used to give you a lot of problems. So we have to get rid of them.
You said when you were a boy, you played flags? How do you play flags?
Flags?
Yeah.
Oh, the whole pile of us. You got a line there and I got a line here, and about 8 of us, 8 over the side and 8 this side. And we put the flag there and you have to keep the flag and get on your line, so we start a mark. Understand?
Yeah.
So you got the flags here and you got 2 groups. I have to take this flag and get it up to my line where my group of people is, and then, sorry.
You're good.
Then I make a point. I make a point because I get to the line.
Yeah.
And that was in school. Majority of the games them was like them thing, was what I call it, muy sano. The thing them was very, how would I call it? It's so innocent things that we used to do. The kids them the minds used to be so innocent, but now, man, them, hey, this internet got everybody head twack. Hey, wind up. But them the time, I like, what was the toys them for us? Whenever I used to see toys, then you go to the shop, you go to the market and buy toys. No. We used to got 4 horses them, but manual horse. We used to got a thing they call me with, something like a bend in long but in a curve. And we used to bend that and say that is our horse. And we whap the horse and 2, 3 with the run and and like what do they call it, like them bicycle rim. And we got big race, man. Man, they run the rim going down 2 away, but with a stick there. You know what I'm talking about? Well, it's a whole pile of things what we used to do before. When
What about giga? So who's play giga marble at the time?
Marble, yeah, man, that was the main game, man. Marble. All 4 packet them, hold them tap out in a hole because man packet full of the play whap down, the play if you take all kind of thing, man. O sea, I feel get more out of the olden days and like now. Because I live both of them. I live the olden time and the new time. And to me, the better time was the olden time. Yeah, man. Olden time.
It was trickier, but you had more fun.
Yeah, man. Plenty more fun. O sea, the respect was this. I make you go, but you come back, that there was. You don't know. If I tell you come back 8 o'clock and you don't come back 8 o'clock, you're not going out tomorrow. I don't like that.
You feel like if they bring back some of them,
That can't come back.
Then strict law, more security, and you think,
Not coming back, you know. I don't know what you got to do with them people to get them back. This is 30 years now, things behind. If you get back them, I think you have to go back into first the constitution and change back up things and get things to regulate like how things used to do. So that's why hard, man. What? It's just like when they come here first. When Agustin Colas come, that is the next little history here. Agustin Colas is the guy where the people the entity that manage all the land them. You have to go through them to register your land them and things like that. Agustin Colas come and he started changing name. The only barrier when they were changing name was the one them where they and Spanish. And who them they want? Who them they? San Felipe, Santa Isabel, Santa Catalina, all the Santas them, what is in Spanish, name never change.
What about Maracaibo?
Maracaibo, no? Him wasn't Spanish. No Spanish. Him gone Maracaibo, local. You know, but all the rest of people, all the rest of name them was changed. Like Bottom House, Casabaja. When they get them the kind of translation to come up with these names. You understand what I mean? So that was the thing what was going on right now. They changed up all them names. Now for you go and get back these documents them back under control, like they say, hey, easy. Why you not put the name up there at the entrance Jones Pine? I say, that is just the name there. But what they represent in the documents, that is very value. And that is where the government, when they say, don't want to make the change. Well, you hear about the history with the Indian them and the Afros and the this one and the other one. Every one of them get what them was merit to get. Only we never get what we forget. And why? Because we have more of them. The Indian them, you depend on the piece of land what you want. That belongs to the government. But where we depend, we own this territory. That's where the big difference come. We own this territory. But them don't own that. That owned by the government. You is there because the government got you there. But we have documents. We the owner of this territory.
Do you have a lot of problems with territory and proving that it belongs to you?
Well, not really. Because like I said, the respect was something was so local. If you know that is yours, I don't going to touch it because I know it's yours. I respect it as that. So my properties them, you know it. So you don't need no documents if tell you that this stuff this is mine. That was respect. But no, man. Now you need documents for everything. Everything you need documents. But before, the man used to come and say, all right, that is that and that is that. I see. Easy as that.
It used to be by word.
Huh?
Before it used to be by word.
Yeah, by word. Or a piece of paper. Because we not got no judge office and we not got none of them kind of office. Okay. I buy a piece of land for you and you say, yeah, man tell me a piece of land so. And the man say, well, I know about this. And he writes it on a piece of paper, a punyo. And that is respect, man. But now you have to get 1,000 documents and still not the right one. You have to go and
False
think
document and all that.
too much from it, man. Too much from it.
What would you say to extranjeros, outsiders, before they come to the island? What should they know?
They're supposed to know everything. They should know everything. But it's not all the information they out there for what you really want to know. That's true. What the tourists them supposed to know or should know is what them come with the information to ask the question. Why that bag and this and that, and then you I tell them and say, all right, the bag is sold and la 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 la. That's true. But like just say there's a whole pile of things on the island where them should know about before. Like what important area like the Peak and Morgan Head, Morgan Cave, Warwood Fort. There's a whole lot of things historically on the island where you don't hear that every day. You know? Because you ask a guy, island, a native guy, where the Warwood Fort stay?
Where are we in Bottom House in Posada Nienda?
Warwood Fort? No, the Warwood Fort is down here, man. Down
And the canyon was
Don't-
done by Gazelle.
yeah, them is just a local canyon. Them is just a local canyon. But the Warwood Fort is down by the fort there, and the first Colombian flag raised in 1832. No, wasn't in San Andres. Santa Catalina was the capital, or is, till they change it now. Catalina, Providence, and San Andres. But San Andres gone more developed, rapid, so they passed the principal down there. But the first Colombian flag that raised was in Catalina and that on the fort. And the flag system is still there. That was the history there. I don't understand the history.
You think you can share a little bit of the history review? You can share a little bit of the history.
At the Warwood Fort?
Yeah.
Well, usually history is something that talk. History is not something that write, because if I go in and buy a book where they say, give me that the history, it's not going to sound too good. It's like I read a novella. It's like if I tell you this history, you know, I put in a little bit of mine and somewhere over there, I think that is a history. But yeah, that call them an attention more to do the thing. That's why they use to guide them. But yeah, when the tourist ship them come to the islands, I think they need guide who know the history of the island and explain to the people them blah 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 what's going on. So you move them in that area. You move them by the fort. You move them by the Morgan Head. You move them by the Morgan Fort. You know, things what is historical point where they should know. But not all the tourists them get to that point. Some get to it and some don't get. Some not. All tourists are not interested to find out everything what happened on the island. Maybe they only come for one or two things. Me come for 8, 9. You want to know everything what happened to the island. The next guy know. You want to know where Manzanil Bay, Crab Key, and things like that. Yeah, listen. For him it's enough. But for you, it's not enough. You want more. You want more. You want to know the Peak. You want to know this, and you want to know the other things.
Any final thoughts you would like to share with us?
My last little piece where I want to touch into you, like, in our time, to go from one island to the other, you need to have a boat or a canoe to move from one side. Now, my friend them who don't have a boat, and I go to the town. So I spend a little bit more time than what them would have spent. They take my boat, and then they bring it over to Catalina, and I still in the town. What I have to do, I have to swim. And that was so little for our little problem we have here on the island. Wasn't enough boat for the amount of people. And they used to take your boat, I take for them, and that was a constant taking. That is the case between Catalina and Providence. Ask me something else, man.
No, I don't know why you give me a little bit of history about what you know about the pirates when they come out the island.
The pirate them. All right. The first inhabitants who occupy this island was the Puritan English them, and they come the whole town. When they come whole town. The first set of people them. All right. When the Spaniards then come, them say them was who discovered the island. They couldn't discover the island, and the Puritan English them they come 12 years before, then come 12 years afterward. And them find people here. Who them find? They find Mosquito Indian and they find people from the island. But yeah, inhabitants was on the island. Not say them come and not find. Then come and them find. Yeah, they find the Mosquito Indian them were living on this island. So we used to change fishing in, intercoursing with them two, with the software communication start Nicaragua and the island them with the fishing people them. They move around the same like Caymans and them the people. They used to come here and chop with hackfill them, take off the shell them and go there and make business with it. And things like that.
So you feel like Paradise Ashanti should be for Nicaragua or Colombia?
I never, none of them, you know. None of them. None of them. Number one, I will say Nicaragua will be the most clear to it. Because, well, we speak the same language and we're close to one another. We're 80 miles from one another. So, you know, Colombia with 360 miles, almost 400 miles from port to port. So me personally feel myself more, I will be more to be on the Nicaraguan side and to be on the Colombian. Nothing against the Colombian them.
So you identify yourself right now as more as a Nicaraguan or as a Colombian? Like
No. Right now I respect what I got. I respect my...
Efforts for choose.
If you choose...
Colombia and Nicaragua, how they fighting now?
Well, if you're going to benefit, you got to take the one where you got to live better. Nicaragua too poor. Nicaragua can't maintain us. You understand? So Colombia right now is better to be on the Colombian beat. Right there. Even we're not getting the best treatment, but it's better to be on the Colombian side. And if you're going to say, well, like, for one day to the next to change documents, that will be a big problem. Because you have a whole pile of pension people who they get pension from Colombia and they change them a thing round to go to something else. What do you believe will happen? All them people where they get for them pension and them ready out and them kind of something, and they change the flag round from one day to the next. You not going to get them their pension no more. That you cut out of that because you're going to do something else.
So if right now if we go like say if we choose for England, Colombia, Nicaragua or Spain, what do you think will be the best for you?
Well, like I say, like for convenience, will be Colombia.
Better than England and Spain.
Yeah. Oh well. See them they kind of too far for we man. You understand? And we before we was English. We change, you know. We change. And we get to the Colombian. In 1832, we changed from where we was and gone for the Colombian side. So all full documents them start for 1832 coming down here. But for 1832 go up, the belong was we was belong to the English them.
That's why I asked you if you think if we got the opportunity to choose out of Nicaragua, Spain, Colombia and England. Which one?
No, I gotta choose where it depends. I gotta choose the English name because like that is how we was first. You know, and that things change around again and we get to the Colombian side now. So we got to pack up next. Pack up. Into time, in the United States, the history is a long history. So much things inside the history. We was not say managed, but like we used to be like advisor. United States used to advise us. We used to get in from food stuff and things like that, helping the community. Like the Salvation Army. After the Colombian them get onto it, all them things cut out, so we don't get back them thing no more. The Salvation Army used to come, they used to give you milk, they used to give you barley, they used to give you this. Every week, things used to come. And in the school, if you could remember, you got Havana every day, 4 o'clock, to drink. You understand? Them things used to come for Colombia, them things used to come for the Salvation Army. And them things going to change, so yeah, them things don't work no more. But tell you the truth, I really prefer how the time was before and not now. Yeah, man. It changed from good to bad.
Any other last words? Anything you think we should know?
Well, my little advantage I got out there, we make the people them be more conscious in life. You know, like we must live better. We must try to live like how we used to live before. Not now, not like how we live now. You know, like time before. Yeah, that will be my last thing where I got recommendation for the people them that we could try to do better. We could try to do better.